It's the 10th anniversary of Springfield's signature music festival. Here to tell us about Jacksonville Porchfest is Michael Haskins, Executive Director of SPAR. That's the Springfield Preservation and Revitalization Council. Welcome back, Michael.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. Also joined by Ebonique, an R&B artist who hails from Jacksonville. She's also a trap soul singer. She'll be performing at Porchfest. Hey, Ebonique.
Hi.
So we have played your music on this program before, Ebonique, and we've talked about your music with Al Pete of WJCT's Saturday night program, The Neighborhood. But for somebody who may not have heard it, how do you describe your music?
Ooh, that's such a good question. First of all, I want to say thank you because I am very hip to how much JME and WJCT plays my music, so I'm so honored to be here. But I just feel like my mission as a musician is to translate the Black female experience through my eyes. So I try my best to do that whenever I'm writing music. So I take from old school R&B, jazz, and hip hop artists really, and just kind of channel that into my music, and hopefully it translates.
And that was a little music of yours that we heard coming in. What song was that?
Yes, that was Respectfully.
All right.
That was Respectfully, which is produced by Bob on keys, Bobby Wintons. He is absolutely incredible. He has like songs on the Billboard right now, and he's right here in Jacksonville.
Yeah. So you were raised in Jacksonville.
Yes.
How has the musical landscape changed in the time
Ooh.
that you've been here?
You know, it's so interesting because I feel like when I was brought up, like I started by singing in the church. So I spent a whole lot of my time. My big sister was the first amateur night at the Ritz winner in 1999, I
Wow.
believe it was. So that was like my first time being exposed to like the actual local music scene. So just really like being a part of that and just seeing how much R&B artists and hip hop artists and rap artists and all of that have evolved. It's been really a beautiful transition to witness.
That was such a cool event at the Ritz. They don't do that
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah, they don't, or they do, but putting on at the Ritz, I believe is what it's called, and they'll do it maybe like once or twice a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Michael, talk to us about Porchfest. This is a tradition in Springfield, and it really is like built around this architectural centerpiece of the homes in Springfield. So, for people who haven't been, just give us a sense of the vibe.
So we have the bands play on front porches in the neighborhood, and the homes are historic homes. They have these beautiful front porches. It creates a really interesting and unique backdrop for the bands to play in a really intimate stage. And the vibe, I guess I would say, so it's a community music festival. It's free and it's volunteer run and volunteer led and volunteer driven. And I think that gives it a really special um, atmosphere. It feels almost like a holiday. People in Springfield are welcoming you into their neighborhood. They want you to be there. They are so excited to have you, and we really view this as a gift that we give to the city of Jacksonville.
I mean, it's a different level of intimacy because you really are being invited into someone's front porch, right? And in their yard, and you're kind of up close and personal with how people live. And it seems like a very generous thing for people to also offer their porches.
We call them our porch hosts, and they are very kind. And it's considered an honor. They get very excited. People want to be a porch host because Springfield is that kind of community that is very open and welcoming. But it is definitely something that it takes a little bit of work too. So we're really appreciative and grateful to them for doing that.
Yeah, that's a bunch of stages to be putting together. So, how many homes or porches are participating? How many bands are going to be playing, and kind of over what span of time during the day?
The festival is noon to 8 p.m. We'll have 24 bands. We will have 21 different stages for those bands. I think 19 of them are going to be porches. We will also use the bandstand in Clutho Park, which we're really excited about
Okay.
because it's a 1920s bandstand that's historic, and we want to honor that history. And then we will have a main stage in the park with the city of Jacksonville skyline in the background. We think it'll be a really beautiful festival for everybody.
Ebony, have you played Porchfest before? Or will this
I
be
have.
okay?
Yeah, I have. I've been on a Moving the Margins stage. I think that was back in 2022.
And what's the appeal? What is special about playing in that setting?
Oh, I think it's the most special. Anytime I can perform in the heart of the city, it doesn't get any better than that. Especially like being welcome into somebody else's home, kind of like you said. But it's really like whenever you're perusing through Springfield during Porch Fest, you're just able to see a little bit of all that Jacksonville has to offer, which I love. I love performing in the midst of that.
And so, what kind of set are you preparing?
So I have a genuine R&B and trap soul set. So I've got about 17, 18 songs. It's very interesting because my accompaniment is actually going to be a DJ, a female DJ. So I think that that's very important to have like female background vocalists and a female DJ and just really be able to illuminate that. Also bring a couple of friends with me so they'll have some of my time to really expose themselves and get their rocks off.
Excellent. That's great. I mean, so this is, you said goes to 8, but then there's a little bit of an after party component. Can you just briefly tell us about that?
Porchfest After Dark involves the neighborhood businesses. We have restaurants and bars that are going to be participating, and they'll be hosting bands themselves or other kind of promotions and discounts to draw people into the rest of the neighborhood and let people explore and see what Springfield has to offer.
All right. Well, Michael Haskins and Ebonique, have a great Porch Fest. It's Saturday, November 9th from 12 to 8. You can find more information at jacksporchfest.org. Thanks so much.